Won't apologize for wanting Shiloh away from my sister and all the other young women he preyed upon.
No matter what it took.
I shot Shiloh because he was going to kill Jason. That is the only reason why I pulled that trigger.
So Miss Cottle was mistaken. You don't think that Jason Morgan could handle himself against the victim?
Objection. Your Honor, Ms. Cottle's statement is hearsay. Mr. Burke should understand this. Instead, he's trying some sort of backdoor maneuver to get an inadmissible statement on the record.
Sustained. Move it along, Mr. Burke.
Mr. Morgan, isn't it true that you and Miss McCall once undertook a sting operation against Mr. Archer?
Objection, Your Honor. Counsel is questioning the witness based on his own speculative premise.
Noted and sustained.
Mr. Morgan, did you ever physically assault the late David Henry Archer?
We fought.
Once? Twice?
I didn't try.
More than 10 times? More than
I
20?
didn't count.
Did you ever throw Mr. Archer down a flight of stairs?
Objection. Your Honor, Mr. Burke had ample opportunity to present any evidence of the incident where Mr. Morgan allegedly threw Mr. Archer down a flight of stairs. No evidence was submitted because there's no way to prove it ever happened.
Sustained.
Mr. Morgan, these fights you had with Mr. Archer, so numerous you didn't bother to count.
Objection.
Sustained. You've been warned about grandstanding, Mr. Burke. Try it again and you will be cited.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Morgan, when you fought with Mr. Archer, were you able to defend yourself?
Yes.
And why? Why were you so inexplicably defenseless that night on the Haunted Star? If Miss McCall hadn't shot Mr. Archer in the back with a flare gun, would you have been able to defend yourself?
Objection. Calls for speculation.
Withdrawn.
Do you recognize this?
Yes, it looks like the gaffing stick that Archer used to attack me.
Your Honor, it's stipulated that Mr. Archer's fingerprints were found all over this gaffing stick.
Mr. Morgan and Miss McCall could have placed the gaffing stick in Mr. Archer's hands after he died to create a false narrative.
Objection, speculation.
Miss McCall and Mr. Morgan finally had Mr. Archer alone, out there on the water, no witnesses. Now, given the history, the violence, and the animus towards the deceased, the only life that was in danger that night was David Henry Archer's.